Hello everybody, Raspberry Barrel here, and today we're reading another biography of Mewni. And this one is the second one we'll be reading by Nightcore Cat 123 on Deviantart. Before we begin, I hope you're all doing well, and I just wanted to say thanks for the 500 subscribers! I can't believe it. And I hope you're all doing well, and COVID or quarantine if that's going on where you are, but just all having great and enjoying my videos. The biography we'll be reading today is Jennevive the Flower Queen. Please forgive me if I stutter, hesitate, or mispronounce anything, and let's get into this biography. Jennevive the Flower Queen. The natural grace and most delicate flowers was seen in the gentle attitude and respect of nature, developed by the sweet and kind eyes of Princess Jennevive, the Flower Queen. Jennevive Butterfly, the Flower Queen. Born 7 a.m., died 67 a.m., was queen 25 a.m. through 47 a.m. Married to Oswald Forrest. Children, Rose Butterfly and Elizabeth Butterfly. The first princess of Mewni, Jennevive Minerva Plumeria Butterfly, was born on Mewni 25th in the year 7 a.m. to Queen Ariana Butterfly and her husband, King Reuben Flowers. The princess inherited her father's pink hair, but something was strange about her eyes. One was green like her father's, but the other was light brown like her mother's. This did surprise everyone in Mewni, but they quickly got used to it. Jennevive had no memory of being the only child, due to her brother William being born in 10 a.m., when she was only 3 years old. He was a copy of his mother, which offended him a bit because he wanted to be as brave and strong like his papa, as Jennevive recorded it in her journal years later. She had a very close relationship with her two cousins, Delia and Orchard Flowers. They were the best of friends and had many tea parties together growing up. Orchard often took her best friend Oswald Forrest to their tea parties, and by the beginning of 14 a.m., all four children became the best, and in Oswald's case, only friends of each other. They were going to the school that was near the castle, and every morning they were seen together, which was often in a carriage. Jennevive really liked flowers, and she could often be seen in the castle garden planting or watering the plants there, and her love of nature would be proven years later when she'd create her own spells. Jennevive and Delia were often busy with their duties as future queen and lady flowers respectively, and that's when most of their tea parties were cancelled, probably thinking that they didn't want to have them anymore, but Oswald and Orchard were patient until spring in 20 a.m. That was the tragic year of their lives, because that's when the Flowers family, Jennevive's uncle Apollo, his wife Leanne, who were also King Reuben's cousins, and their second child Orchard, were assassinated. And from that day on, Delia was under the personal care of Ariana and Reuben. Jennevive would comfort her during the period of mourning. The servants reported that Lady Delia was like a daughter and sister to Ariana, Reuben, and Jennevive. William became jealous of the close friendship Delia had with his sister, but he eventually got over it and formed a friendship with her. We've arrived at the fateful year of 21 a.m. Queen Ariana passed the wand down to Jennevive as a gift for her 14th birthday. The first wand passing ceremony was also special because Ariana officially named me Sir Glosrick of Terms that day. A few days after her birthday, Jennevive and Delia decided to go to a tea party that was hosted by Pearl Watterson. Delia took Oswald with them, and that was where, in front of all the other nobles and ladies, he confessed his feelings towards Princess Jennevive and asked her to be his girlfriend. With tears in her eyes and a smile on her face, she said yes and kissed him in front of everyone. All of their friends and family cheered and congratulated the two. Ariana and Reuben were happy for their daughter and hoped their decision was wise and regretless. Another tragedy struck the Butterfly family in 25 a.m. King Reuben died of pneumonia during the winter when Jennevive was 18. She married Oswald and was crowned the Queen of Mewni. This was decided due to Ariana being unable to continue her duties as queen after the loss of her beloved husband. The first years of Jennevive's reign were marked by the many diplomatic dinners and negotiation trips to other kingdoms. During one of those trips in the year of 26 a.m., Jennevive found out that she was pregnant. She and Oswald had to hurry back to the Butterfly Castle, and when they announced it to the kingdom, the people were overjoyed and congratulated the king and queen. At Dragaste 15th and 27 a.m., Jennevive gave birth to her first daughter, Rose Butterfly. She chose to name her daughter that in honor of her dead cousin Orchard and her father Reuben. Roses were their favorite flower. Oswald loved his daughter from the very beginning and was there to give love and support to both his wife and newborn child. 6 years later, at 33 a.m., Jennevive became pregnant again and gave birth to her second daughter, Elizabeth Butterfly. She was a girl with pink hair and green eyes. It was noted that she was a direct copy of her grandfather, Reuben. At 38 a.m., Jennevive and Oswald set off to a diplomatic trip to the Kelp-Bottom Kingdom for negotiations. Here's a small letter that Jennevive wrote to her daughter, Rose. My dearest Rose, I hope that you're enjoying your time with Grandma Ariana and Lissy back at the Butterfly Palace. Me and Daddy miss all of you so much, and we can't wait to get back home and give all of you a tight hug. Things are going great here at the Kelp-Bottom Kingdom, and the negotiations are almost done. I brought something very pretty for you and your sister. I can't wait to give it to you. Listen to Grandma. Love, Mommy Jennevive and Papa Oswald. At 41 a.m., Jennevive passed the wand down to Rose. It turned into a brown handler with green rose crystal. Elizabeth was a bit jealous of her sister, but Rose was a kind girl and would let her sister touch it. A celebration was held that day, and it was the happiest I've ever seen Jennevive in many years. She was very happy with her daughter, and Oswald cheered alongside his wife. Elizabeth became friends with her future husband Falcon Redbird that night. Rose, on the other hand, was celebrating her birthday with her boyfriend and future husband, Matthew Stone. 7 years later, at 48 a.m., Rose found out that she was pregnant with Matthew's baby. The coronation and wedding happened in a hurry to avoid a scandal around the princess. But after all those events ended, Rose suffered a miscarriage. It was 2 years later that she was able to get pregnant again. And this time everything was all right. Rose gave birth to the first Star Queen, Amy Butterfly. She inherited her father's orange hair and blue eyes, and at 58 a.m., Rose's second child, Estrella, was born. She inherited the pink hair and green eyes of her grandma, Jennevive. The last years of Jennevive's life were marked with peace and quiet, elderly life. She was living in the Butterfly Summer Mansion with her husband Oswald. Sometimes Rose would take Amy and Estrella to visit them, and Jennevive often babysat her granddaughters. At 64 a.m., Jennevive was lucky to witness Amy's wand passing ceremony. She was so proud of how much Rose had accomplished for the kingdom. She loved her grandchildren and the joy they brought to her life. And at 67 a.m., Queen Mother Jennevive Butterfly died of old age and was buried in the crypts next to her mother. Rose and Jennevive, 27 a.m. And that was the biography of Jennevive, the Flower Queen. This biography belongs to Nightcore Cat 123 on Deviantart. Please go check her out and see the rest of her awesome art. And if you've got any ideas of what you'd like us to read, let me know down in the comments. Thank you all for listening and have a great rest of your day. Raspberry Barrel saying goodbye.